Before we start this video, if you want to skip to the very end, there's a timestamp in the bottom. But if you want to see the whole entire thing, stay throughout the video.
Ranking every single balatro joker in the game, starting from every single joker. But um, I have a little bit of experience playing balatro. I currently have a 18 win streak, as highest in white stakes. It's not anything too serious. I don't have like super overpowered levels of experience. I've won a couple gold stakes runs, but that's really it. Yeah, my highest achievement is literally just that 18 win streak that I'm super proud of. I have unlocked every single Joker, and I'm going to be ranking them based on combos, not based on how they are single use. And I don't have the most experience with this game, of course, but I'm going to try my best with what I have currently learned from playing this game before. Starting off with Jimbo here. Jimbo is honestly, I feel like he's underrated. He just provides straight up +4 mults to every card, and it's amazing. I'm gonna not put him in B tier though. I'm gonna put him in C tier. He's a classic C tier. Um, this is cannot remember his name, but he gives you a free reroll every single shop. Clearly, he is an A tier Joker because that free reroll is cards that you can see. I love this guy at the start of the game. He is just amazing for since I love playing paired games. Since it usually gives you the win, I'm gonna put you in B tier since he only gives you like slightly more than Jimbo does. Um, I'm gonna put you in B tier too. He just does the same thing except for 2 pairs, and he has more molds that he gives. 3 of a kind, I'm gonna actually put in D tier. I can't ever end up pulling 3 of a kinds, and at that point, I find it's just more worth getting full house. Same with you, because this is just the straight one. Flush, however, I find better. However, it's not much better. This is Mary Andy. He gives you extra discards at the cost of I think it's 1 hand played. Yeah, yes, one of the hands played. I honestly could use that extra discard most of the time, so I'm putting him in here. Um, half Joker if you play 3 or less cards. He's just a better version of this guy, if I'm being honest. I know this is hand contains pair, but you only are going to actually end up using it for pairs anyways, and this is just if you play 3 or less cards, you get +20 molt instead of the +8 molt that's given by this guy. This is the Stone Joker. The more stone deck cards in your hand, the more molt, or no, not molt, the more chips it gives you. And it's +25 per stone in your hand, which is why I honestly enjoy him quite a bit. I'm going to put him up in A tier here. I find he just works really well with most of the ones that give tarot cards like this guy. This is +1 hand per turn. I don't use him very often, but when I do, he can actually be pretty useful. Or no, this is hand size, sorry. +1 discard. Absolutely, honestly. Um, I think that's actually just +1 hand. I'll correct me if I'm wrong. This is +1 discard. I'm gonna put him below because 1 hand is always better than 1 discard. Um, Acrobat. Acrobat is one of my favorites. I'm putting him up here because it's just 3x on the final hand, which is just a free 3x. Huskin Buskin. I don't know. That's not. Sock and Buskin is the right word for that. He is absolutely an S tier for me. I'm actually going to shift everything down one. Just one. Better Jokers than him, clearly. Um, but yeah, I absolutely love this guy, especially whenever I'm playing, or Sock and Buskin, especially whenever I'm playing Lucky Cards. Lucky Cards are amazing. Ooh, okay. This is, to me, a clear S tier. I know he's used quite a lot with, where is he? The Baron. However, I just find him so useful when it comes to trying to scale up your planets, because he's able to give you double on the blue seals. Yeah, I just find it super useful for that. Plus, whenever you have those steel cards, the steel cards are able to re-trigger it again by this guy. It's just free points. It's just amazing. I like this Joker. This one lets you go up -20 into death. However, he's not an econ Joker in my eyes because he just puts you into such a rough spot. Now, these ones will all go into D tier, except for you. You go up in A tier. I'm only putting this guy in A tier for, what's his name? Uh, Which one? Which one is it? I can't see him. I don't know why. Bloodstone. Bloodstone. There he is. Yep. Because Bloodstone is able to trigger higher once it gets a higher value. Troubadour. This is +2 hand size and -1 hands. So I'm putting him in. I'm gonna put him above these two because I honestly just like that much more than this. This now. This is a personal bias of mine, and you can absolutely have a different opinion on this guy than me, but I'm gonna put him in C tier. He can probably go into B tier, but I absolutely hate not being able to use my discards. This one, on the other hand, can also go into here because I absolutely hate using all my discards before playing my best hand. Stone card. So this one creates a stone joker. This one creates a. I know it's not stone joker. That's a stone joker. This one creates a stone card. Every single time you select blind. So I'm putting him up here with this guy because this is the perfect combo to put them in. Yeah. It's so inconsistent. Okay, I'm gonna put him in bra, not an absolute joke. Now you can go up here. This one retriggers 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. Oh, sorry. This every single 6 time a hand's played, you are able to activate this, and it gives you, I think, a 3 times multiplier. If I'm not wrong, 3 or 4 times multiplier. I don't like it. It's super inconsistent, and you're gonna end up losing if you're relying on that because you probably won't have 6 hands to play. This triggers 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, which is just like a worse version of Sock and Buskin, but not that bad, honestly. You can still use them. This guy will carry you through the starting antes and get your economy set up, so I'm actually going to put him in C tier, because after that he's completely useless. I like this guy. So the more steel cards you have, it gives you a 0.2 times multiplier, X multiplier, depending on the amount of steel cards you have in your deck. So I like him because once you get enough steel cards, he's just like, his mult is honestly insane. Raised Fist. So this doubles the value of whatever your lowest card in your hand is after you play a hand. Whatever's lowest that's still remaining in your hand gets doubled and added to the mult. Or double that is added to the mult. And I don't like playing around this guy, but I'm gonna put him in here. Honestly, I don't know why. I want to move him up there so bad because I absolutely love Jimbo, and I feel like he deserves more recognition. But at the same time, he is absolutely still worse than this guy. Gold Joker. Now this just gives you a trip 4 at the end of the turn. He's a common Joker. He gives you 4 gold at the end of the ante, or no, not the end of the ante, at the end of the round. He costs $6. I mean, you just gotta hold him for 2 rounds, and he's already making you money, right? I like that Joker. He's very good. This is an obvious S tier. He just copies whatever Joker's over to your right. If we're doing this like this, it's absolutely better than him. To a certain extent, though. But yeah, he copies whatever Joker is to the right. This is the best Joker in the game because he is as good as the Joker to the right, and you can also maneuver him throughout, so you're able to trigger a couple different effects. It's super useful. It's like having a copy of every single Joker in your Joker roster, but you can only use one of those copies at a time. Very, very useful. Glass Joker. I'm honestly not sure, but I think this has to do with the more glass cards that are in your hands. It just gives you more. Because I don't think I've used them before, but yeah, the more glass cards in your hand, and I think it scales by 0.25 every single glass card you have in your hand. Yeah, but he belongs in B tier. It's a pretty good Joker. I am always picking up Scary Face, and it always saves me, and it definitely belongs to be in B tier. I know B tier is a huge one. B is like kind of like my, yeah, I'd absolutely pick this up during a run, you know? A tier is, wow, I'm gonna have a good run. S tier is, wow, I'm gonna have a great run. C tier is like, okay, this is the one. This is just a normal run. D tier is like, okay, I gotta pick up something else next. Bruh is like, why? Why are you giving me this shit right now? I don't want that. And actual joke is like, wow, I'm screwed if this is the first card I pick up on the run. But yeah, this is just a great card. So it, any type of card you play that has the gold, what is it, enhancement on it, whenever it triggers, it gives you +3. Yeah, $3 for every single time you trigger a card that has the gold enhancement on it. It's very good because retrigger effects are able to affect that. This is so this gives you 3 for every single Joker you have in your roster. He's not a great one to pick up at the start. He's actually even worse than Jimbo, which I'm not saying Jimbo is bad actually. But once you start getting more Jokers, well, at that point you might as well have just picked up something else. But he has his uses. That doesn't belong there. I know it doesn't. But I absolutely hate this Joker for the same reason why I hate the banner. Um, this gives you money if you do not use any discards. I know I'm adding bias onto this, obviously, because it's my tier list. If you disagree with it, then go make your own tier list. But I cannot with this Joker because it pressures me. It puts so much stress onto me to not use my discards that I end up losing the run. It's super annoying, but yeah, he gives $2 for every single discard you have remaining that is unused. And if you use any discards at all, it just voids the effect. That is not temporal. It's delayed gratitude, not temporal revisit. I don't know why I say it. It's a move from a game I play. Not delayed gratification, but yeah. Okay, so this is the tarot card Joker. He's able to give you a tarot card every single time you enter into a blind. Um, yeah, I would definitely put it in B tier. I know I'm gonna have a pretty big B tier here. Maybe I should like make it with here. Okay. So again, B tier is I'd absolutely pick this up. This is gonna be a very simple run here. That's a simple win for me. A tier is wow, this is gonna be quite the interesting run. I might be able to get a somewhere like really far into the antes. I'd say like anti 12, anti 13. S tier is like, wow, okay, I'm on the road currently to like get my highest score. That's what I need to get my highest score. Um, Even Steven, I'm gonna put in lower B tier. Again, I'd absolutely pick him up, but not for very long. I usually drop him, but he's best whenever you have so he's good with photograph here because photograph activates on your very first played face card. So I always like to make sure I get an even Steven out, and then like playing like a full house where you just have like 3 2s and then 2 of the same type of face cards. So then you're able to get a higher mult to start off in order to activate that better. Um, Ignore this, by the way. This is some of these are just icons from the game. I just straight up grabbed all the assets. This is for the holographic Joker, by the way. And this is for all the other ones. Yeah, if they have a custom background, it always makes it look different. Anyways, I'm also going to add Odd Todd to that as well because Odd Todd is just good in most scenarios. Scholar, I'm going to put in, so, sorry, Odd Todd activates plus 31 chips for every single odd number. This is plus 4 molt for every even number. So they're good in straights together if you have playing a bunch of straights, but I wouldn't do that. They're not that good. I'd actually even say that Odd Todd is better than Even Steven, just slightly. Oh yeah, we're gonna put here. We're gonna put you here. We're gonna Chaos the Clown. That's Chaos the Clown. I remember now. Okay. We're gonna put you here as well. Yeah, this is just my rankings for which is the best here. Yeah, we're putting them in order now. This bottom part is not in order in the slightest. Oh, well, I'll worry about that later. This is just a fantastic Joker. Whenever you see this, you can basically just win the game. Like if you're just going up to anti-8, that is, you just got to keep playing pairs. That's it. It just stacks with pairs continuously. It's a really good Joker. I'd actually put him above Chaos the Clown because if you're just going to anti-8, oh yes, this is a tier list of stuff that is mostly about up to anti-8 stuff. It's not always though. Like I might have a little bit of judgment towards certain things if they go beyond anti-8 really well, but most of this is just going straight up to anti-8. Um, this is business card. Whenever you play a face card, you're able to gain money. It's a 1 in 2 chance to gain $2. I just definitely put this up here. Actually, I'm gonna even put it above. Mm-hmm. How should I do this? Here we go here. This is just personally just one of my favorites. I love Scary Face. It gets you through the starting game. Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones is a pretty niche Joker. Most people don't pick him up because most people don't expect to lose. However, he does have his purposes. Like, if you're on anti-8 and you just have a Mr. Bones, that's like... Or, sorry, if you're on the final boss and you have a Mr. Bones, it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to win anyways. So, I'd honestly just put him in C tier because you just don't end up picking him up. That's the problem. Like, you don't expect to lose in the game. You know, you're not really playing on to lose. So yeah, I definitely put him in C tier, but he does have some uses. This is seeing double, right? Yeah. Okay. So whenever you play whenever you play a hand that has the suit clubs and also has the suit and also has another suit with it, one clubs card, and it's another card, like another card is being played, meaning you can only play two cards, I think, with that, and it gives you a 2 times multiplier. I don't think I've ever used seeing double because it just sounds like a worse version of duo. But yeah, I bet you it's a dex mult card. You know, it's still good anyways. So it probably belongs in lower B tier. The trio. I'm gonna be honest, man. I never used the trio. I tried using it in a run. It just didn't go over well. I put it in C tier, and I put it um like here. I put you here to put you. No, actually, you belong there. You here? No? Okay, no. That's probably just better than that. um, yeah, no, that's a super inconsistent Joker. It gives you anywhere from 1 to 23. I know this is very unorganized. I did not plan this ahead. I was just like, well, it sounds like a fun idea. Um, this is 3 times multiplier if the hand contains a straight, which is just good for straights. It's very simple. This is 4 of a kind. I'm putting this in bra. You are never gonna pull 4 of a kind unless you have some serious hand size, or if you're lucky, but like consistently. 8 ball goes into an actual joke because it never triggers, as well as okay. Well, actually, you can go in here, but it still pisses me off to see this. I had to win with a blueprint last time I picked up this guy. Like, ugh, it never triggers for me. I don't know if I'm weird for this, but both of these never trigger for me. The Fibonacci, I absolutely love this Joker. This Joker goes in high B tier. It's for the same reason as even Steven. It's just better though. Like it triggers on aces, twos, threes, fives, and eights, and it gives +8 mult for them, which is just really good, especially when you have hack. It works really well. Next up is the dagger. So this will kill whatever Joker is on the right of it, as long as that Joker is not it's not the word. What's the word? It's not immortal. Indestructible. Yeah, we'll go with that. If it can't be sold and it can't be destroyed, basically. Um, but yeah, unless that is the case, it will kill the Joker onto the right if there is one, and add the sell value of it to the Joker. I think is it half the sell value? I don't remember. It's just not a good Joker though, because you're just killing off your guys. It is fun for runs though, if you aren't planning on winning said run. um, this is the what is it? I've played with this Joker a couple times. I know the effects of it though. So this Joker gives a 5 times multiplier depending on the amount of spaces that are open, like Joker slots that are open. The more Jokers you have, the less multiplier it gives you. The stencil Joker, my bad. Yeah, the stencil Joker. Starts up at 5. If you have 3 Jokers, and it gives you a 2, not counting the same, or stencil Joker, gives you a 2 times multiplier. If you have 4, not counting the stencil Joker, then it only gives you 1. So the less Jokers you have, the more useful that thing is. So it's good at the start of runs, I guess. But and other stencil Jokers do not count towards that. So if you have 2 stencil Jokers, it will just apply the 5 5x multiplier. Yeah. but it also counts for negatives. So if one is negative, then you get 6 times. This is the tarot card Joker. Wait, no. Wait a minute. What is this one called again? This isn't the Tarot Merchant, is it? I thought that was the name of the... Okay, whatever. This guy gives you plus mult depending on the amount of tarot cards that have been used during this run. So actually, if you have used a bunch of tarot cards already and you pull this guy, he will actually count those tarot cards that you use, which is super useful. But I don't find too much use for him, honestly. I feel like he's like you can scale him, but you've got to pull a shitload of tarot cards to actually scale him better. So I'd say he's probably here, because this guy's just always active as long as you're playing 3 cards or less. This is Swashbuckler Joker. I love this guy, especially because he has a pretty good tag team with the Ag Joker. I'm gonna put him here, because if you have really good Jokers, he's able to scale, and if you have the present Joker, it's super good. Paradolia, this makes all cards count as face cards, but I'm not sure how people use this guy, if I'm being honest. It kind of sounds like another victim to the planet, which I've actually had happen before, and I had to sell out of Paradolia. Not that I really had a purpose for it. I get that you can kind of use him for this guy here, photograph, but I don't find a use for that. You could just play normal face cards. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Showman absolutely deserves an A tier, because he's Showman. He's sick as hell. Look at that mustache. I aspire to be you. And you. You are a cool ass clown. But Showman is able to give you, so the way that seeds work is it randomly grabs a bunch of Jokers, right? Puts them into the shops for you. But no, it's not random. There's a bunch of calculations. Anyways, if you already own a Joker, you cannot pick up that Joker again, or any type of consumable. It's the same way. If you have that consumable already in your slots or in the shop lineup, it won't appear in packs or anything like that, including Jokers, consumables, and planet cards. But if the Showman is there, it doesn't matter if it shows up, or it doesn't matter if you already have one of those copies. It will just appear anyways, because Showman is like that. Yeah, I love this Joker. He's the one who's able to actually give you copies of things like a Sock and Buskin, or I'm actually currently looking for a copy of this guy in my current run, because I have him and I'm about to win. Anyways, I don't even know what this guy does. Yeah, okay, that absolutely is the Glass Joker, and it gives... Oh, that is way better than I thought it was. My bad. This guy gives 0.75 for every single glass card that is destroyed. Yeah. So if you destroy a shitload of glass cards. Metador. Oh, yeah. So earn $8 if played hand triggers the boss blind. So let's say you had a boss blind that says you may only play one type of hand, right? And you played pair, and then you played 3 of a kind next. That the game would be like, no, you're not allowed to do that, and say this hand is not allowed, and discard your hand entirely. It would then give you $8 due to Metador's ability, which if you trigger the boss blind, it gives you $8. It's just a lot of boss blinds aren't triggered by this guy, and he's just kind of shit anyways. That's a loss of a hand, right? Like, now you're struggling to get through the boss blind more. Ride the Bus. This has to be my second least favorite of all... Okay, third least favorite of all the, what are they? Inclining Jokers. The one that's scaling Jokers. That is exactly what they are. This has to be my second least favorite, third least favorite of all the inclining Jokers. Scaling Jokers. I can speak. You can't. Okay. This is the flower pot. So this triggers whenever you play one of every single type of suit. It's honestly really shit. I have never been able to use this guy at all. I bet you could build a build around him. That's not my point. This would be Shoot to the Moon. I absolutely love this Joker. It's able to get you through most of the first antes really quickly, and it's also re-triggered by this guy. But so yeah, I honestly say he's a high B tier, because once you pick him up, you just ride through the starting antes until you get to the point which is no longer useful. Sell it for something else. Very simple. What's next here? 2 scholars in there. Why? I'm seeing 2 of them. Okay. Gross Michelle. I love this Joker. It just gives you straight up plus 15 molt with a 1 in 6 chance of it being destroyed or consumed, and it goes extinct after that, allowing you to unlock the next Joker after that, the Cavendish. Anyways, I just think that this is a good starting Joker, and it will absolutely help you quite a bit, and you hope it gets destroyed quickly. Okay. So yeah, for me, it's mid B tier. Once you get him, you know, you just kind of hold on to him until the end, and it gets destroyed, and it's perfect. Blurb Joker. So this makes all the red type suits just the same suit, and all the black type suits just the same suit as well. So clubs and spades become the same suit, and diamonds and hearts become the same suit. This is perfect if you're trying to do a flush build, but there's not much with a flush build. Flushes don't scale very well, if I'm being honest, but you can still do them. And I definitely say that this Joker can be useful as long as you're not playing the checker deck, in which case you can skip with one immediately. I would say this probably works really well with seeing double in a way, because, you know, you can just play spade or clubs instead. Driver's license. So, if you have 16 enhanced cards, which, yes, 16 being the age in which you can start driving, haha, get it, right? Then you get a 3 times multiplier on your cards, or then you get a 3 times multiplier to your score, but it doesn't count things like seals or auras, or, sorry, enhancements they're called. I would definitely still throw this once you get far enough into the game. The amount of enhancements really don't matter, but then it's just a 3 times multiplier, and I'd absolutely put this in. High B tier is just becoming my new B tier. I'd absolutely just throw this in here. Yeah, it's a good Joker. I'm gonna put Swashbuckler down here though. Yeah, it's just kind of thinking about it. You kind of need the egg and the bat in order to become a perfect combo for him. I love the Astronomer Joker. He's able to scale you really quickly for whatever you're looking for in terms of planet cards. I'm gonna throw him, however, in lower B because you still gotta pay $8 for it, and at the beginning that's kind of shit. Hanging Chad. Everybody loves Hanging Chad. I'm just gonna throw you an A tier because Hanging Chad is my goat. I honestly, this is my first combo that I ever worked with. It was Hanging Chad plus Scary Face, which was just so cool to me that I found out a combo on like my first time playing the game, and it wasn't even like a real combo. It was just what I came up with. But yeah, this causes the first card that is played to be retriggered twice, which of course is amazing when it comes to using Photograph. That's why there's even a combo named after him called Photo Chad. Next up we have the Stuntman. This gets rid of 2 hand size, in return gives you plus 250 chips. I like him, but I hate him at the same time because it means I can't ever play a proper hand. I'm gonna throw him, not in D tier, because he does actually get you pretty far, but we're gonna go with B tier. We're gonna go with B tier, probably above that, yeah. Okay. This is just one of my all-time favorites. Invisible Joker just deserves to be up in this top spot here. Like, Invisible Joker will just, after 2 turns, you can sell it and will create a copy of a random Joker in your hand. Now, I absolutely get terrible luck whenever I pull this guy, and I just get whatever. I have to sell everything in order for it to work properly, but, you know, he's really good. Burnt Joker can also go, personally for me, he's an A tier. The first hand discarded, whatever hand it would have been, so like pairs or high card, gets leveled up instead if you discard. Yeah. This is Throwback Joker, right? Yeah, it's Throwback Joker. Every single time you skip a blind, you get 0.25, or it gets a 0.25 multiplier. I don't like him very much because that means you have to skip blinds, and skipping blinds is just not a good thing to do in balatro, because it means you get to see less shops, and when you see less shops, you get less good Jokers. So I'm going to throw him in probably C tier. I don't like to see him whenever I see him. It's like, wow, you were a waste of a slot. I bet you he can be useful, don't get me wrong. Now, Dusk is just a slightly worse version of Sock and Buskin because it only activates on the last hand played, but it re-triggers every single card played on the last hand, which is pretty good. The Idol. it gives a 2 times multiplier for a specific card from your hand. This guy, if we're just going based on anti-8, I'd throw him down here because it takes way too long to activate him. But I'm going to throw him, yeah, no, I'm going to throw him at the front. Yeah. I like him, but he just takes too long to activate. Now, this is obviously just another, yeah, these guys go hand in hand here. This one activates the Joker to the very, very left, so he's usually better for plus mults, which kind of sucks, because this one is used for times mults, obviously, because the times mults wants to be on the right, since Jokers activate from left to right. The problem is plus mult is always going to be worse than times mult, unless the times mult is less than 2x. It's just, yeah. So it's always better just to have a blueprint over a brainstorm, in my opinion. Though I do like the art on the brainstorm more than I like the art on the blueprint, which is shocking because this one looks so good. But this would be satellite here. Every single new space not space card, planet card that you unlock throughout your run. So like if you have a Pluto and then you have a Venus and then a Mercury, if you've used all those after buying this Joker, it would give you $1 per every single time you unlock one, and that's given to you at the end of every single round, sort of like how this Joker works here. Which is, this Joker is just straight up better than a good amount of these Jokers here. I'm not sure why I have you very end here. You got okay. The Onyx Eye. So this activates for clubs, I think, or spades. Clubs, right? No, this activates for spades. No, that's not spades. This activates for clubs, and it gives +7 mult for every single club played. Whenever it's triggered, whenever a club is triggered, it gives +7 mult. Why did I throw that down there? It's just a better version of this right here, which gives +3 mult for every single one played. I'm just gonna throw this. Okay, actually, no, I forgot that they have different effects. This one gives $1 for every single diamond card triggered, which I'm just gonna throw there because it's $1 at that point. You might as well just be using, like, you might as well just start playing high card or face cards. This is the spearhead or the arrowhead. I don't remember which one it is, but yeah, this gives +50. What is it? Chips for every single spade card triggered. This one gives it has a 1 in 2 chance to give a 1.5 times multiplier upon triggering a hearts card. So I'm going to throw him up here because 1.5 times multiplier works really well with retrigger effects. And yeah, it's just a straight up good Joker. Here we are. This is the flush one here. So this is the next family. These are all family ones here, by the way. I'm not throwing them there. So this gives a 2 times multiplier for flushes played. I'm throwing them in here. Like dead over here. That's a 2 times multiplier for playing a flush. Triboulet. So I know that this is missing here. So I'm going to put them right next to each other. Triboulet, 2 times multiplier for every single king and queen played. I'm throwing them up here because that is just super good. That's just a win on the run. Unless you're the AI that I coded, in which case you're going to flunk immediately. This is... Why am I... This is... Why am I forgetting what he does? No, I know what he does. Why am I forgetting his name? So that Joker right there, he's able to activate things like flushes and straights with only 4 of them. So if you had a 1, 2, 3, no, an ace 2, 3, 4, that would be a straight, and 4 hearts cards, that would count as a flush as well. So he's a pretty good Joker, and his name is, I know it's Missing Finger Joker. That's definitely not the name of it. What is his name? There it is. It's 4 fingers, really. Okay, 4 fingers is good whenever you're doing flushes and straights, but again, nobody does flushes and straights unless you're kind of forced into it, like when you're using Bloodstone, because Bloodstone only activates on things like hearts, so you kind of got to play like full hearts hands. The duo here, I absolutely love the duo. I'm going to throw the duo up here because it's just a 2 times multiplier, since you usually just have pairs anyways. It's just a straight up 2 times multiplier. It's amazing. This is Hit the Road here. This is whenever you discard a jack during the round, it adds 0.5 multiplier onto it, and it resets at the end of the round. I like this guy, but you kind of gotta discard a shitload of jacks in order to activate him. So I'm gonna throw him here. I say here's good, yeah. He is a mult joker. Maybe he deserves higher. I'm gonna leave him. Yeah, I'm gonna leave him. So this is Oops All Sixes. I love this joker. I don't even care how good he is. I'm putting him in A tier. So this turns all listed values, like, you know how this one has a 1 in 2 chance, it would become a 2 in 2 chance, and it adds 1 to that value. So, where is it? Which joker has a, or glass cards have a 1 in 4 chance to break, it would then become a 2 in 4 chance to break as well. Yeah, I'm going to move these for now. This is Bootstrap Joker? What is it? Bootstrap Joker? Okay. This is for every single, I think it's $4 that you have, it gives +1 mults. Yeah. Every $4 you have. Yeah, every $4 that you have, it gives +1 multiplier. So I like this Joker, but you kind of got to hold on to your money for that, and that's not something that you want to do in balatro, so I might actually put him in lower B tier. I always pick him up anyways, because he just carries you throughout the runs. Okay. Perkio. Perkio is a fantastic Joker. It's the only Joker that's able to create negative copies of consumables. Once per, or when you click next round of the shop, I'm not sure what it says on the actual list, but when you click next round of the shop, it will choose a random consumable in your consumable section and create a negative copy of it. This can be copied by Blueprint, which makes some really funny combos as well. Next is Cheat Coat. Whenever I see Cheat Coat, I feel a little sad. Even though I know damn well I'm about to win this run for sure. And he's not actually, okay, he has to go down here, but because this is like, I'm likely gonna have a good run here, but yeah, he doesn't fill me with happiness when I see him. Not because he's bad, it's just because like he's kind of more basic than the other ones, and it just kind of makes me sad because I'm like, what? I could have picked up something like Yorick here. Yorick is amazing. Yorick. Yorick activates on discard, so whenever you discard or whenever 23 discards that you do, it gives you +1 or ×1 multiplier onto that. So it scales pretty quickly, but it does take a bit to activate. Next is Canio. Every single time you destroy a face card, it gives you ×1 multiplier, so that can be good, but you kind of eventually run out of face cards and you gotta start making more. It can be a bit of a process. This is Certificate. I love Certificate, but I only keep it on me for like 4 or 5 rounds, so I'm able to get a good enough amount of them. But Certificate just adds a steel card or a random seal card to your hand, which is just amazing. This is Hologram. Hologram is for me, honestly, always an A tier, and it's a high A tier as well. So every single time you add a card to your deck, it gives or it adds plus 0.25x multiplier onto this Joker, which is really good. Next up is the Egg. Egg gives $3 at the end of the round. It adds it to its sell value, which is really good when it's working with Swashbuckler, but on its own it's terrible. Because I guess you're gonna get. I guess it's really good with Temperances. Actually, never mind. It's pretty good with Temperances. I'm gonna throw it up here. This is the Burglar Joker. It steals all of your discards and gives you back a little bit of hands. I'm joking. It's like it gives you like 3 hands instead, which usually only have 3 discards, which I prefer hands over discards anyway. So I'm gonna throw you up. It's basically an econ Joker in a way because it just gives you $3 if you're able to pass the blind anyways. Chalkboard here. So Chalkboard activates whenever you only have the black suits in your hand. I don't like saying it like that, but it gives you 2 times multiplier if you only have the dark suits in your hand. Next we have the Runner. Runner will activate whenever you play a straight and adds +15 to the chips on it. Actually, I don't want to put that there. Why am I putting that there? You can go in mid B tier here. I like him. He's a good Joker. But he's kind of hard to activate, actually. I'm going to swap that around again. DNA. DNA can absolutely go into a high B tier for me. Okay. DNA will create a copy of the very first card that you play. So, and also, most of these cards, just like most of the other Jokers, can be triggered by blueprint, so you can create a lot of copies of it. And it's an extra copy of a free card, and it works really well with hologram. In fact, I'm actually going to throw it up in A tier because it works really well with hologram, since hologram gets 0.25 after that. Next we have the ice cream one. I just call it the ice cream one, by the way. I'm not even joking. That's just how I call it. So this gives you 100 chips, and it loses 5 chips after every single hand played. It's a pretty good Joker, actually. I'm not sure why I'm putting him down there. It kind of saves you. Splash. Splash has its uses, but it's never too useful for me. It allows you to play every single card, regardless if it's a part of the hand that you're playing. So if you had a 3 of a kind and you just added 2 extra random cards to it, it would also count towards that. Blue Joker has to be one of my favorite Jokers to get at the start of the game because it just starts giving you a lot of chips. And chips are amazing. Like, yeah, it's just fantastic. 6 cents. If you play... Oh, yeah, sorry. It gives this gives you 2 chips after, depending on the amount of cards that you... 2 chips for every card in your deck. 6 cents. If you play a 6 as the first hand, it destroys it and gives you a random spectral card, which I really like. I really like this one, which is why I'm putting it actually. Now lower B works because I like it, but it's actually not as good because once you run it at 6s, it's kind of terrible. This is just a you win Joker. Every single time you activate a planet card, it adds 0.1 mults onto it. So if you just have get the ones that gives you the extra consumable slots, where you just get that and then you just get a blue seal and you just grab one of these and you just won the game. Hiker. This adds plus 5 chips onto cards, which is the only way to add chips onto cards aside from adding bonuses and stuff like that. But he's just not great because he doesn't really actually add anything. Like, it's not like you're really gonna end up seeing that extra 10 chip bonus isn't gonna do very much to your cards. That's all I'm saying. After a while, it does do stuff, but this is the Faceless Joker. If you discard 3 or more face cards, it gives you $5. I absolutely love this Joker because it just sets up your economy immediately. This is my least favorite scaling Joker in the whole entire game. Every single hand played gives you 1 mult, and every single discard played gives you, or just gets rid of 1 of the mults onto this Joker. Every single hand played adds 1 mult onto this Joker. But it is still a scaling Joker, and I will always pick it up because it is a scaling Joker. So I'm going to put him right here. I guess this is technically a scaling Joker. I don't consider it one, but no. Superposition. If you play a straight that contains an ace, it gives you a tarot card. Yes, I did put that there on purpose because who's going to play a full straight with a tarot card? Or sorry, for a tarot card, you're going to be playing a full ace high straight or ace low straight. It's just bad. This is to-do list. I think this is hands played, right? Yeah. So yeah, if you play the hand that is being represented on this card currently, or on this Joker currently, it gives you, I think, $5? $5? I think 5 is right. Is it 4? It gives you money. And I don't actually like this one because it never gives me the hands I actually want to play in order to get it. Cavendish. So after the Gross Michelle breaks, you get the Cavendish. This just applies a straight up 3 times multiplier with a 1 in 1,000 chance of it breaking. It's a 3x multiplier is what I'm saying, and it's actually fantastic, so it's just better than this, just in general. I also like the fact that the Gross Michelle is this way and the Cavendish is that way. It's amazing. This is the Hacker Joker. So this is actually just even better than the Cavendish. If the hand has already been played, as long as you're not hitting the needle, if the hand has already been played, it applies 3 times multiplier onto that hand next time you play it during that round. This is Booster Pack. Booster Pack gives you 3 multiplier after every single time you skip a Booster Pack, or yeah, any type of pack, Arcana packs, anything. I don't like this. Actually, I forgot that this one existed, and it is my actual least favorite one, not you, though you're close. Because you have to start skipping booster packs. This is madness. This gives 0.5 times multiplier for every single every single round you play, but it kills a random joker in your lineup. I absolutely hate this guy. Madness, you can stick down there. A square joker. So this gives 4 chips every single time you play a hand that contains 4 cards, which is just an amazing scaling joker, in my opinion, which deserves a lot of recognition for how amazing it is. Seance. I think Seance is the one where you have to play a straight flush, and if you play a straight flush, it gives you a random spectral card. But you just don't play enough straight flushes. It's good if you have checkered deck though, so I'm gonna put it in the C tier. Probably, yeah, probably here. This is probably not an accurate order, any of the lower ones here, but Riff Raff. I can see how Riff Raff can be useful. I just personally don't like using Riff Raff because I never get any good jokers from it. I never even get Jimbo from it. But yeah, he's a good joker. I'm gonna throw him up here in B tier because he can also be economy as well. Vampire Joker. So this one gets rid of any enhancements that are on the cards that you play, and every single time it removes an enhancement, it gains 0.1 times multiplier, which is just kind of bad, but yeah, he's there. This is the I actually forget what this one is called, but this one you can play straights, and you can play straights while missing a if you're missing a card, so like, or with gaps of 1 in between. So if you play like ace 2 3 5 6, that would be a straight as well. Yeah. This is the economy joker, but I forget. No, it's not. Wait a minute, that's the economy joker. What is this guy called? Oh, Vagabond. Okay. This is just actually sprite, extra sprite here. My bad. Vagabond. So if you have less than $4, it creates a teir card for every single card played, which can be economy if you know how to set up your economy. But honestly, for new players, it just kind of shuts them out of actually getting better jokers than Vagabond. But yeah, every single time you play a hand and you have less than $4, it creates a teir card. This is the Baron. The Baron gives 1.5 times multiplier for each and every single king that is left in your hand. Now, whenever I'm doing win streaks, this man decides to pull up every single time. I have went through 7 games already, and he has appeared every single time. Now, he has amazing synergy, and he is probably, if you want the highest score in the game, he is an S tier. In my games, though, he sucks. So I'm going to put him at the lowest of the S tiers here, even though I know he's fantastic, because he's actually where my highest score came from, but I just can't play with him. Cloud9. Cloud9 gives you $1 for every single 9 you have in your deck. It's pretty good. Especially if you can start copying a bunch of 9s. It's really good. This is Shoot to the Moon. No, it's not. It's Rocket Ship. Rocket Ship Joker. So yeah, this starts off giving you $1 every single round, and then after every single ante, or every single boss that you beat, it adds +2 to that count, and it keeps going. Put you in high B tier. I love this Joker. I'm gonna put him above the Fibonacci Obelisk. Obelisk gives you 0.2 times multiplier every single time you play a hand that isn't your best played or your most played hand. I'm putting him in here. I know he's playable. I know you're able to play with him, but in my personal opinion, I absolutely hate Obelisk, and whenever I get him as a rare, I want to quit the game and restart. Anyways, Midas Touch. So Midas turns every single played face card into, or changes the enhancement straight up to a gold enhancement. It's perfect whenever you have this here, and it's just perfect in general because it makes your face cards gold, which is great if you also have the driver's license, which requires that enhancement, or requires more enhancement. Luchador. So whenever you sell this guy, it disables the boss blind. I actually kind of like this guy. I've been into a couple tough situations, and he's just been able to be there, and I just sell him immediately. Photograph, obviously, this is high A tier for me. Photograph, the first played face card is a 2 times multiplier, and it's every single time it's retriggered. So since this retriggers it twice, it would be 2 times mult, 2 times mult, 2 times mult, And if this guy's on there as well, it's another 2 times mult. So yeah, it's a good Joker. It has a lot of synergy with a lot of the builds, especially with this guy. I'm actually, it's just not, it can't be good enough at fast enough rates for me. This is the gift Joker. It adds 1 sell value to all of your Jokers, which I think is actually pretty good because whenever you come upon Temperance and you have this guy, it just means that you're going to be rich for quite a bit. The Bean. I love the Bean. That's it. That's the only note I have for him. He gives 5 hand size and it decreases by 1 every single turn. Or every single round. The erosion here, so every single card you have less than 52 gives plus mults. It gives you plus 4 mults. So if you're missing 3 cards in your 54 deck and you only had 51, it would give plus 12 mults. I like this Joker. I love this Joker. I'm going to put him here because he can be useful. Reserved parking. Reserved parking, whenever you have, or whatever, I can't speak today. Face cards left in hand have a 1 in 2 chance to give you $1. That's it. Mail-in rebate. Whenever you discard a certain card, that will change the suit, or the rank will change every single round. It gives you $5. This Joker is amazing and the absolute worst Joker in the game for me, because whenever I do hit it, it actually does give me a lot of money and I am set for a good amount of time. However, it never hits for me. Whenever I have a certain rank, that rank suddenly stops appearing. It pisses me off. However, it's a good Joker. This is I can't, the investment Joker, I don't know, but it increases your interest by, or doubles or gives an extra $5 of interest. So you get $5 if you have 25 stocked, you would get $10 instead. And if you have the actual, what is it, the money tree one, I don't know, whatever, raise it up to 50, then it would be $10 if you had 50, and whatever raises up to 100, you'd have $20 if you had $100 on you at the end of the round. It's just a pretty good Joker, but I don't find him very useful unless you have the right tags for him. So I'm gonna put him like just below Cloud9. Hallucination. 1 in 2 chance to give you a tarot card upon using a pack or opening up a pack. I like this Joker. I'm gonna put him up in A tier because I like this Joker. Not above not above those guys though. Especially if you have whoops all sixes, or oops all sixes. This is just 100% chance to give you a free tarot card every single pack you open, and it always gives me the right tarot card. And it actually has a much higher chance than 1 in 2, in my opinion. It's an 80% chance. This is a Sly Joker. I mean, it's basically just a worse version of that. Actually, I wouldn't even say worse. It's like on par with that Joker there. Same here. I'm just gonna put these in the lists where their other ones are. Where did I put this guy? But yeah, it's just the mult, or it's just the plus versions, or it's just the chip versions of the mult ones. Flesh ones definitely go over here. Lucky Cat. This is definitely an A tier for me. It gives, I mean, it's a 50-50 for me whether or not that cat's gonna get real fat, but it gives 0.25 times multiplier every single time a lucky card gets triggered, and I personally, lucky is my favorite enhancement in the game. I know, shocking, right? Gambling in a gambling game. This would be trading card. Yeah, no, not trading card. Baseball card. Yeah, I think it's just straight up baseball card. But gives 1.5 times multiplier per. Like it gives 1.5 times multiplier every single uncommon Joker in your lineup, which I find pretty good. I'm gonna put him in B tier though because you usually don't have a lot of uncommon cards or uncommon Jokers. Usually it's just common. The Bull. So this is basically the cheaper, lower quality version of the boot. But it gives plus 2 chips for every single dollar you have, right? I think that's right. Yeah, plus 2 chips for every single dollar you have. Coca-Cola. Or Coca. I'm going to call him Coca Joker. Yeah. So when you sell this guy, he just straight up gives you an extra skip tag, or yeah, a double tag. So whenever you skip, it copies whatever tag you have. Um, you can also copy that with both Blueprint and Brainstorm in order to get multiple of the same skip tag there. I like him. I'll put him in B tier. Trading card. Yeah, this is trade card. Whenever the very first discard, if you only have one card and one card being discarded, it destroys that card and gives 3. This is an amazing Joker when you want to start getting rid of your deck. I love this Joker. We got the reroll Joker, who I'm forgetting the name of. I'm kind of just winging it at this point. I like this Joker, but not as much as like it's not very great in my opinion, even though I like him. He gives +2 molt for every single reroll done. I don't like him very much because I can't. Well, I like him because I like the design, but I don't like his actual use because you can't get enough rerolls in order to make that good. Popcorn. Popcorn, in my opinion, and I know this is a weird opinion here, but he's a high B tier. Or he's a mid B tier here because when you get him at the start of the game, you're pretty much set. He's like a Gross Michelle that you're kind of just, it's gonna end up gone sometime soon. You just gotta look out for it. Now, unlike most of the Jokers where I say it sucks whenever I can't discard, I'm just gonna straight up put this one up a bit higher than I kind of like him as a high B tier. I will always pick this guy up. He's just useful. I don't even have to not discard. I don't mind if it goes down by 0.1. Anyways, what is it? This Joker gives a 2 times multiplier, but every single time you discard any cards, so if you discarded 5 cards, it would get rid of 0.1 per card discarded. So it'd be 0.5 just gotten rid of on the multiplier, so it'd be 1.95 times. Yeah, I work with words. This Joker here, it's the soap or seltzer. I think it's seltzer. Yeah, seltzer retriggers every single card played, but only has 10 uses before it disappears. I honestly will put this in a high B tier here for me. I like this guy, even though he disappears pretty quickly. He's just good for those runs. This is my favorite scaling Joker. I'm gonna put him in A tier. You might be wondering why I'm putting him A tier. First of all, again, I don't care. But second of all, because once you have him, you've pretty much got the run through. All you got to do is start picking up planet cards, and then you can just work on whatever run you want to go for. Like, he just kind of wins the game for you while you go do what you want to do. Like, he is my favorite Joker of all time. I know that's kind of funny because his name is Spare Trousers, but yeah, I know. And I also realize that the text above here is create a single-use tier list. I know. It's because I haven't changed it yet, because I'm lazy. Campfire is probably one of my least favorites of the X-Molts. But I have won a run with him before where I just literally used him, a blueprint, and another one of him, and both of them had polychrome, and it was still pretty rough the whole entire time. I like him though. He does have some uses, and you can use him. It's just hard to use him. Smiley Face. I love Smiley Face, especially in the start of the game. I'm gonna put him where I have Scary Face. Oh, I get the joke now. So yeah, he gets +5 molt for every single time you play a face card. I like him because whenever you have a photograph and you just don't have your things level up yet, he's always there to trigger before it. So you just have a more 2x molt, I guess. Yeah. I can't. The Ancient Joker, right? So this gives 1.5 times. It's sort of like how Bloodstone works, except it's a random suit every single time, and it's a guaranteed hit. So if it's clubs is selected by this Joker, it gives 1.5 times multiplier every single time you play a clubs card, and it changes every single round. Walkie Talkie gives +4 molt and +10 chips for 4s and 10s. Get it. Yeah, I like Walkie Talkie, but not as much as I like Even Steven. Yeah, Even Steven's just my better pick. Castle. So every single time you discard a certain suit, again, the suit is chosen at random by the I guess this is probably go up there actually, because I forgot that what are they called? What type of card is it? The lovers exist. Yeah, that's wild cards exist. But whenever you discard a certain suit, it gives +3 chips onto that, and that scales continuously. And that's it. Actually, that is just it. Yeah, and that's my list of jokers. Yeah, I know, amazing. Yep, that's it. Mm-hmm. This is awkward.